Boss undervalues key employee and plays favorites. Made sure he knew that was a big mistake. So I was working at a company as the marketing director. I worked at this company for almost 2 years. When I started, this company desperately needed help getting business. So I was hired because not only did I know marketing and have a good track record, but I also had a thorough understanding of the company's industry, like I knew just as much about the industry as the boss did. So I get to work and do what everyone in the company viewed as magic. Drop all the BS marketing tricks that died 10 years ago. I did digital ads, print ads, graphic design, improved social media presence, video production in-house, commercials, billboards, partnered with the right vendors, improved their reputation, the list just goes on. Whatever they wanted done, I could do and do it for a lot less very quickly. It took a little time and some major pitches to the boss to get what I needed, but all of this resulted in increasing sales by 65%, which they make about $4,500 profit per sale to ad, while saving the company about $90,000 in advertising costs, and driving up revenue by say a cool $500,000 per year, maybe more. Now I was on a salary, and would get a hefty bonus when we sold a set number of units. At first I was fine with it, I liked a challenge, I knew what I needed to get to that number. But I was stuck making that base salary and I didn't have the resources I needed to make that bonus money, which I really needed. Then somehow I got switched to hourly instead of salary when eventually I had to put in an extra 10 to 15 hours a week just to make a full week's pay. I ended up having some financial issues, lost my car, had to move back in with my parents, and got into some debt. So I ended up starting an internet business to make some passive income that gave me an extra $2,000 a month to start. That was somewhat close to my take-home pay at my day job, so I couldn't complain between the two incomes. So finally when I got those extra tools I needed to do my job, I made those bonuses 2 months in a row. That's when I was happy and slowly started getting my finances back together. Now the boss and I were okay, kind of disconnected, he has a thing with girls. We ended up needing to hire more people because of all the extra business. One of which was a girl named Marla who I got along with but just a pain in the ass at best. She was pretty and the boss really liked her. Kissed her on the cheek every day, got away with what people would normally get fired for, gave her gifts, the like. Then she wanted to make more money. So what does the boss do for his princess? Gives her a $400 raise per week and puts her on the same pay schedule as me. But what else did the boss do? He kept my salary the same and he raised the set number of sold units in order for me to get a bonus to a pretty unrealistic number. Now I know this girl's position and in this industry that's way too much to pay someone in her position unless they're like a manager, managing 10 plus reps. She wasn't, she was a rep and had no experience in this industry. It was ridiculous how she would get all the praise from him, just offering her everything in the world. Then I found out another girl named Ava who literally depends on me for about 50% of her job responsibilities and treats me like crap, makes about $200 more per week than I do and got a few raises. Boss always praises her for her work that is usually done by me. I had a setback with my business and ended up not making that extra money for a few months. I was hurting badly from it, so I really depended on this job at that point. But still no way to make that bonus with really inconsistent paychecks, I was getting pissed. Stuff hit the fan a few times because of drama from employees, and that's when the boss would say I was doing a good job, but gave me no raise or anything I could actually benefit from. So here I was working for this horrible company where the arrogant boss just praises these girls for their work when I'm literally the one that's actually making the business thrive. The boss even made me work a late night, on a night I really could not work, all because this Marla wanted to keep her part-time job at a sushi restaurant. At the income she was making, nobody in their right mind would still be working at a restaurant. You would think with those accomplishments I would get me some sort of raise or something where I would benefit from this type of performance. Nope, I just get like a little pat on the back, worse pay than I started with very little to commendation. All while these girls' success were literally at my fingertips. Then it hit me. Their success was at my fingertips. Thankfully in due time, I finally got back up with my business, learned from the mistakes and came out making a very healthy income outside of this awful job I had. I bought myself a nice luxury car as a reward for myself, that nobody at work ever saw because of the dirty lot in the back for employees. So finally sort of out of nowhere, I had enough. I was tired of being treated like crap after all the work I did for this place and watching these girls live more comfortably than I did. At this point I didn't need the money this job was paying. My business could be my career. So I started planning my devastating exit strategy. First, I bought myself a plane ticket to NYC to spend some time with the family and so I would commit to not staying. Thinking about what this job has put me through, what I've lost, how much I've burdened my family all by taking advantage of me, I was pretty hurt by being treated the way I was. So I made sure what they had was gone. Google AdWords account, closed, those great campaigns are all gone and can never be replicated. Facebook ads, shut off and company credit card removed. It was under my personal Facebook account so the campaign settings always stayed with me. Vendor. Partnership accounts, closed. Third-party classifieds accounts, closed. Weekly email blasts, gone. Email marketing account closed, never accessible again. Graphic designs, gone. Wiped my work computer. Videos and commercials I made, gone, part of wiping my computer. Architectural video display system that I designed and installed that would have cost the company $10,000 to install, and something the boss was obsessed with, shut off, settings wiped. Sounds bad, but realistically I had to because I had a lot of those accounts under my name and I would never be able to train someone on how to manage any of that stuff. I had a pretty advanced skill set. So I set up my revenge and I walked in the following day with my casual clothes on. Marla was curious why and told her not to worry about it. He walks in, gives the girls their daily kisses and looks at me with this what the F look, then I broke the news I was leaving. He asks why and I tell him how I felt undervalued and it wasn't right how I accomplished all of this for almost 2 years with no raise. He asked me to show Marla everything so she could do it. I had to explain the value of my time and how the lack of pay would make this resignation immediate. 2-week notice? Nope. The following night, I made sure to have a little sushi dinner before I took my trip. Marla was my server, Ava was also there, how joyous that was. Told Marla I was sorry for not telling her, she was a friend and upset, Ava was being fake nice about everything. They were set on trying their own strategy, I encouraged it knowing they would mess up. So I left but made sure they both saw my car. I left and 3 days later, my phone was blowing up with Marla and Ava asking me how to do stuff where I would explain to them that I had to close that account so it would not be tied to me. Boss tried calling me and asked me to come back with a significant raise, but I respectfully declined. Then I quickly found out the following month that sales dropped significantly and those girls were in hot water with the boss. And yesterday my friend who knew what was going on in the industry, shot me a text saying start looking for a new job, Forex competitor is buying you guys out. I replied, LOL, I quit 4 months ago.